Okay. Sound check. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this looks good. This looks good, and we are in the green. We are running. Okay, we should be good. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're having a nice day. It's Friday. We get a holiday today, so Friday, which is excellent. Feels really good, and I hope you are having it too, because you know, having a free day is always good. It's always good. So I thought to myself, why not do an extra stream this weekend and perhaps have some fun. You know, last stream, Cooler had the brilliant idea of flying to Gibraltar, as I really missed flying the 319. The 319 was actually my first proper Airbus, I could say, and I bought it when like it was looking quite badly. The systems were not all simulated, and I think it was costing like $45. It was basically when Toliss kind of started. So yeah, I love this airplane. I think it's great, especially now that with all the updates, Carda engine mods, COSP sound pack, all the extra stuff that Toliss made for it. It's a beautiful little aircraft. I'm not saying that the 320 and the 321 are not, but the 319 for some reason just is on a special place in my heart. So that's great, and we're flying the orange airplane, which I really love. I love this livery. I really like easyJet, and yeah, we'll be flying from Gatwick. We're already there, as you might have saw. We have a 2E, which means we are, of course, on VATSIM at this moment. We have Gatwick ground, so we'll have some delivery. I might try to do the CPDLC clearance, because I haven't done that in a while, and it's good for practice. And yeah, the weather is brilliant. We might get some thunderstorms a little bit over the northern side of Spain, but I don't think they will exactly affect us. So yeah, the weather is absolutely fantastic. Gibraltar is fantastic as well. Even in London here, it's really good. So very nice. I'm looking forward to this flight. I think it's going to be good. I will be doing some work. I mean, it's not exactly work, but we'll be continuing that document that you guys probably already saw on the live stream, because this is a 2 hour and 30 minutes flight, and I'm going to use some of that time as well in good use for me. So we will be doing that as well. But yeah, how about we go into the airplane, start prepping it up. It's completely cold and dark. I haven't touched anything, so it's literally just spawn connected to jetway, and that's it. So it's good. I think we could go inside and start prepping everything up for our departure. Our departure for now is going to be in 37 minutes, so we'll try to get it on time. And yeah, I'm running real weather, but I am not running a real time. There's a very good reason for that, because oh wow, we got a notification there, and it was Syncrash Flyer, 21 months as a crew member. Mate, 21 months is it's 3 months to go for the full 2-year mark. Holy cow, thank you very much. Yeah, Wolful, welcome to live stream. Let's go. I see you are pumped. Welcome to the stream. Ferdinand Foster, welcome as well. How are you? Greetings from Thailand. Greetings from Portugal. I hope you're doing well. Stormy, good to see you here. How are you doing? You are inbound, just reaching top of descent into Heathrow. Oh, really? Oh, awesome. I think you have some ATC into Heathrow as well. So perhaps, I don't know if there's any London control or something, but perhaps I can hear you on the frequency later on. But I mean, if you are on top of descent, probably I'll be departing, or I'll be starting just as you'll be landing. So still very cool. From where are we flying? God love Fridays. Yeah, Fridays are awesome. Swappy, hey, how are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. It's great to see you here. And Syncrash Flyer, hello. I can't see any afterburning on your aircraft at all. I understand. I understand completely what you mean. That will come to on a later stage, let's say. So yeah, Ludo Kerman, hi, great to see you here. And actually, Ludo, I'm glad you're here because I was thinking in case you'd come up into the live stream, I could show you. I believe the door is locked, so we're gonna just teleport inside. I could show you what weather briefing do I do for myself in terms of, I mean, what SimBrief gives, which I think, to be honest, is really cool. But yeah, anyway, let's power up the airplane, at least the basics. So parking brake is on, the weather radar is off, engines are off, spoilers retracted, flaps up, levers are on, idle engines off, gear is down, and wipers are both off. Very good. We've got battery 26.3 and 27.3, which is above 25.5, and we've got external power. So let's go battery 1, 2, external power on. And we'll arm this, put this to auto, to nav and logo, and wait a little bit until the airplane boots up. Also, I'm not sure this will work, but I want to try one of those SimBrief links. So yeah, I hope that works. But while the plane does its self-test and so on, let's have a look here at our flight plan. So, real world call sign, easyJet or Easy 37 November uniform. Airtime is expected to be 2 hours and 33 minutes. I've checked. This looks very much exactly as the route in the real life, so it's good. Jumping straight for the OFP. Let me grab my red pen. And funny thing, ground distance is exactly 1,000 miles, so that's funny. We'll be cruising at level 370, and the cost index will be 21. Total fuel on board will be 8.3. Which is going to be probably the one. Yeah, 8.3, that's going to be our total fuel on board. And our diversion fuel, I'll assume this as 2.2, so that's great. This is good amount of fuel. Our route is going to be this. We're going to have to check this if I ever do the SimBrief link, because I don't usually do it. So that would be great. I'm not going to do any weight changes, so that's fine. Our alternate is Malaga, that's in Spain, very close. It's just no distance here, but it's 29 minutes out of Gibraltar. It's very close, and the weather is amazing there as well. So I mean, beautiful weather, so that's great. Zero fuel weight expected will be 53, so it looks like we'll be departing with 61, which means we are below max landing weight, so we're not even overweight for this flight, which is very good. Now, starting with the OFB weather thing, Ludo. Usually I come to the very bottom. Here we have a bunch of note tabs. I'm going to check them on the other page because it's easier. And usually SimBrief gives you this. So it gives you a couple of these pages. I believe this is not for significant weather. This is. So if you're doing a really long flight, and this is what I like about this, it gives you one that's that takes you basically almost all the route that you take, or if or it does like a few clips of it. So let's say one for Europe, one for the Middle East, one for Asia, and so on. So you get this, and the time that it picks, it's usually very well chosen for the route that you'll be taking. So this is great. And remember, guys, I said that we would get possibly some thunderstorms in the north of Spain. As you can see here, we have some occasional CVs with tops at level 300, so it's not really significant for us, but still, who knows, maybe they will be growing up. And we have some icing below flight level 100 until flight level 260. Now this one is not going to be probably affecting us. We have a bit of a jet stream here, so probably the winds are going to go something like this. So we're going to have some crosswind mostly across the flight. And oh, as you can see here, what's the difference? Why did it put two charts? This is valid 18 UTC on the 1st of March, and this is valid 18 UTC. Oh, these are two forecasts. Interesting. This is from flight level 250 to 630, and this is from flight level 100 to 450. So this one is perfectly enough for us. Good. Then we get, of course, the wind charts, and it gives you a couple of them. So you've got flight level 300, 340, and then 390. So it covers all your basics, and as you can see, I said the wind is going to be like this, and it is. So that's great. A bit of a headwind here over the France, so that looks good. And finally you get this as well to check the terrain and the wind direction. Now, what I also like to do is coming to this main window, which is really useful, and we can simply just click on any METAR or any airport in our flight plan. So that's really good because it gives you already the METAR and the forecast. So that's extremely useful. As we can see, the weather for now is brilliant, and it will just worsen from, I mean, it can be possible for some showers and rain and low visibility, but so far the trend is that's going to be sailing at visibility okay, as well as a probability of 30% some heavy rain and showers and broken 3-5 at CBs, but not really significant. Yeah. Same for Malaga. I usually like to just come here and check the weather. Ceiling and visibility okay. I mean, it's gonna be pretty good. Variable 3 knots for the wind, and Gibraltar is looking fantastic as well. What I also liked to do in the past, we had a satellite image, so it would allow you to check really quickly what type of clouds do you have based on the color. But now, for whatever reason, they removed that function. You do have like clouds, and you can check high cloud tops, middle cloud, and low clouds, but that's not as useful as a satellite picture. So I just go into windy and I open the satellite layer and I put it into the visible filter because usually it loads up like this, and this is a little bit confusing. You can also use the infrared, which kind of works, but it's not amazing, and I really like the visible, and I explained this already a few times, but I'm just gonna say it again. The color of the clouds depends on the altitude that they're what they are at. So whitish clouds are cold clouds, okay, so they go really high up, and those are either cirrus clouds, which are harmless usually, or they could be very high thunderstorms or cumulonimbus or whatever clouds. So for instance, you can see these here over Spain. These ones, they don't look like cirrus, these ones look like cirrus, so these ones could be like thunderstorms, small cells, and if I engage the weather radar, you can see that they match them exactly, and this is very useful. You can also check, for instance, that let's say the area here over the coast of Valencia has some yellowish clouds, and those are lower level clouds. So if we would be looking at Valencia METAR, for instance, we could get some, I don't know, maybe not broken, but yeah, broken clouds perhaps. So let me change this. I like to have this in airport and alternates, and it gives you a color-coded alternate options, which is great. This is Castellón, this is Valencia, and Valencia, as you can see here, we got few 1,900 scattered, 2,300, and broken 3,100. So just by a satellite picture, you can already have a very good idea of the type of clouds that you will be having there. So that's wonderful. Yellowish is thunderstorms, so you can see that Zaragoza for now, for instance, is right under a thunderstorm. As we were checking, we're very close to one. So yeah, that's how I usually like to do it. Also, you can have here the SIGMETs, which are like the areas, or for Ashtam or whatnot. I do remember, I think last stream when we were flying to where? Panama? I think Panama. There were some volcanoes there, and in fact they are still there, look. And you can have an Ashtam here for volcanic ash. So it's really powerful what we have here, all in the same window, all in the same place for SimBrief. The only thing we don't have, of course, is the surface pressure chart, so we can't see where what's the frontal activity. So for that, I just write Met Office surface pressure charts, and it's literally the first icon, and there you go. So you can immediately see where are the low level. This is called the trough, so it's a low pressure line. Some cold front here an occluded front here, there's a dying front, a warm front, so this all helps as well to understand what there can be. But yeah, mostly you can get along with all the rest of the stuff, so it's very good. And that's great. So I'm not going to touch on the fuel, the load's going to be this. I think I've spoken for a while, and that's going to be about it. Stormy, I think Heathrow Director is on. Oh, good. I don't know if he goes under Gatwick, but we'll see. And Ludo, I hope this was helpful for you. I really think this brief weather briefing is great, to be honest. Like, I truly believe it is. So that's great. Okay, let me now go into the airplane because I'm gonna be pilot. So I'm gonna do my overhead flow real fast. So let's do this. That's gonna go on. Check that. Lights are all off. Gonna put this IR1. Just wait for the on bat to extinguish. Do IR2 as well to on, and then IR3. Wonderful. Coming here, we need strobes to auto. This goes to norm. We got the landing elevation to auto. That's good. That's not going to be required. We could do a quick battery test, but I don't think we'll need that. Fuel pumps off. Let's do the IP fire test. This is the first officer side. Check, but I'll do engine 1 and 2. That's fine. Lights are all off here, and on the maintenance panel they're off as well. Dome light off, and I want to remove this, and I want to remove this light, and we'll get there in a second. So plan mode constraint 40, flight director on. On the other side I'll leave arc mode 40 and constraint mode on. Loudspeaker at the 12 hours. Remove this lighting here. Let's check. We can check very quickly the oxygen mask. That will be checked. Let's come here. Accumulator is recharged nicely. Engine, we've got oil. That's fine. So we could check the battery very quickly now. Let's just disconnect them. They're both into off. Put them to on. And they should be within 60 amps in 10 seconds. So, oh, looks like, yeah, the battery seems like it needs a... Oh, never mind, sorry, it's here. I was looking at the other part. Batteries are fine, good. Hydraulic fluids are on. Fuel, gonna have to refuel APU off. Temps are looking good. We've got some doors closed, why? Well, I'm gonna open that, I'm gonna open that, and I'm gonna open that as well. There is no need for those doors to be open, to be closed, sorry. Wheel is fine, this is fine, and we're gonna do a recall. Oh, fantastic. Alright, wonderful, let's go into the box. Do init. I believe I can do init request. And it should be uploading. I hope it will. I hope it will. While it does that, let's go into the loading performance and load everything here. So, zero fuel weight will be 53. 53, that's 122 passengers, and we're going to sit them like this for 29.1% CG. Seems good. I will apply this, and our fuel will be 8.3. So let's put this up, and let's do a quick load. Alright, nice, great. Fuel is on, so let's put passenger seatbelt signs on and fuel pumps on. Flight plan data link in progress. Performance data link. Performance data uplink. Good. Alright. AOC aircraft flight plan uplink. Great. So let's check. Gatwick to Gibraltar. Let me just align the IRSs. Malaga, easyJet 37 November uniform. Cost X21. Temperature for flight level 370 minus 57. States minus 59 here. Change that. Alright, init. It did fill the init. 53 with 8.3. That's on board. And balance. Fantastic. Okay, this is very useful, in fact. And jumping into the flight plan, so we've got Gatwick. We need still to load the runway. We'll be departing 26 left. That's what the information from the ATIS says. And I'll be loading the Novma 1 X-ray. No transition, insert, and let's compare this with what we have in the chart. So it's going to be straight ahead. Straight ahead. For almost 8 miles. Yeah, that'll be correct. Kilo 07. Yeah, that's correct. Kilo 09 between 3 and 4, but below 4. Interesting, it doesn't have that restriction here though. It just says plus 3000, but we do have an altitude restriction that's between 3 and 4. We need to be careful with this. We'll see. Alright, mid-thirst, 4000 mandatory, that's correct. Then to Novma, 4000 still mandatory, that's correct. And then we'll fly on our route, so that's great. Let me just go through this very quickly. There's Sam, that's correct, that's all correct. And we end up at Pimas, and there we will do probably for runway 27 into Gibraltar. Alright, great. So let me just put this up here. Runway 27, no stars, no via, no transition. I'm just going to insert, and that'll be it. That'll be probably just a drag 2. I'll clear it, insert, and I also will remove the discontinuity here between the alternates. We have a at least somewhat accurate fuel prediction. Alright, progress page. I'll put Gatwick, runway 26 left if we need to return back. Performance, let's go to uplink, takeoff data request. And while it does that, let's just check here. We have an extra time, 33 minutes to play around, that's good. Secondary flight plan, I'm going to copy the active, and from Novma, I'll add Gatwick as a new destination. I'll do arrival, ILS 26 left, no star, and we will start from... Could I do Mayfield? No, I could do from Willow. Yeah, from Willow it's just fine. So that's inserted. So if something goes wrong, we could just hop on into the secondary, and we have a route to return, which is great. Let's check our uplink. We will do today NADP 1, that means thrust reduction at 800 and acceleration at 3000. So received. We're going to do, of course, a flex 38, 38, 41, flex 68, QNH1019, that's correct, flaps 1 up 0.4. I'll insert this, and we're going to do 800, so that'll be 1000 to 3200. Just like that, beautiful. Engine out, 1210, that seems good. And that will be it. Great. That'll be great. Willful, I have also completed a Toronto to Montreal flight with the beautiful Air Canadian A319 10 minutes prior to this stream. Diogenes from Discord, by the way. Oh, so you were the guy. That yeah, awesome, dude. Air Canada. By the way, yeah, Air Canada has some very interesting ops on the 319. At least it had. I remember that crossing of the Atlantic. Okay, I'm gonna set 4000 as the initial. QNH 1019, 1019, and 1019 on the standby. The correction should be 20. So 20 here, 20 here, and 20 here. Let's see, can I do a connection? So I believe ATSU data link status. No. Oh dude. No connection. Yes, connection. Connection status. No, I need to remember how do I connect. There we go. No. Jesus Christ. Where do I connect? Departure clearance. Yeah, but I need to connect. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. This is the place. Okay, so let's see. Gatwick ATIS. We are on gate number 555. ATIS. Well, we have ATIS Hotel. No correction, that'll be... Yeah, that's ATIS Hotel. Station... Data link clearances are available, but it doesn't state which data link it is. Do you know where I can check the data link? Oh, we've got tower weight. Tower... Oh, PDC, it's literally Echo Golf Kilo Kilo, I believe. What did... Let's do a send. Let's see if it works. I don't think it's sent. Ludo Kerman, I guess I got it. The level changes. Yeah, this is what I would actually do, but I was asking myself if SimBrief has other weather stuff. Not much on the other side. Yeah, that just blinked. Not sure if it's sent, but I am connected to a Hoppy CPDLC. So it should work, right? I'm not sure. We'll see. We will see. How much time do we got? 10 minutes prior departure. Okay, so looks like it's not working. So let's just go 121540. I'll disconnect this as well. And yeah. Yeah, not much more than that, Ludo. That's for sure. Oh, there we go. A request being processed. Okay. No more pages. Message 1 out of 4. Wow. Alright. So I close this one. Oh god, I sent 4 messages. Whoops. Clear to off. Runway 26 left via November 1 X-ray. Initial climb 4000, squawk 5615. This is beautiful. And I'll set it to transponding. Next frequency 121540. Roger. Send. Send failed. Crap, why? Weird. Alright, let's try close. No, cancel. Alright, we'll just do cancel. Weird. Anyway, regardless, I'm gonna start the APU. And let's do before or a pre-flight check. Oops, that's not it. Copy preparation checklist. I mean, gear pins and covers were removed. Fuel quantity, we've got 8.3 on board. Balance, seatbelt signs are on. 8 ears, which is checked it on nav. And we've got barrel ref as 1020. Set on all 3, cross-checked. So cockpit preparation checklist is complete. Power this thing up. Let's start closing doors. So put this to auto, put this to auto, put everything to auto. Yeah, it's closing, good. I'll do arm doors and cross-check. And let's put the beacon light on already. And I will be connecting the tow.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
So let's detach the jet. Well, let's assume this is already happening, and let's jump into our departure briefing. You guys are ready? I'm ready. Let's go for it. So we're flying Easy 37 November uniform flight on a beautiful A319 from London Gatwick to Gibraltar. I didn't check the note times, my mistake. We'll skip those. And he has not been required. I'll put the weather radar on my side and the terrain radar on the first officer's side in a second. As I said, we are on parking stand 555. We'll be pushing back on Quebec
Some
Alpha.
doors are still opened or the GPU or the ASU are still connected.
Yes, stand by on that.
I'm waiting for all of them closed.
So we'll be pushing back, facing south and probably straight ahead into Lima, Quebec. Oh, never mind. No, Lima, perhaps Papa, all the way to Alpha Sierra Alpha. I would say runway 26 left. The runway is dry. The wind is 2107, variable between 150 and 240. We will do a flex 68, flaps 1. We have plenty of stopping margin there. And we'll be departing via the Novma 1 extra departure from page 10-3 November, effective from the 13th of August 2020. This is RNAV, an RNAV departure runway 26 left. We have a maximum speed 250 below flight level 100 unless otherwise authorized. And the MSA for us, I'll just consider the top, the highest one, which is going to be 2,300. Airport sitting at 200 feet. Our transition altitude is 6,000. We require RNAV 1. We're also approved for that. DME only procedure, no critical nav aids. When instructed, contact London Control, report call sign, SID designator, current altitude and initial cleared altitude. SID designates preferential routes. Cruising levels will be issued after takeoff by London Control. Expect close-in obstacles, and all RNAV flight plan aircraft shall be allocated to the RNAV SID. Improvements request ATC clearance via the SID version if required, only available to improve the aircraft. Okay, expect first CPDLC link authority to be Echo Golf Tango Tango, so that's fine. We require 3.9% climb gradient until 510 feet, so that's gonna be fine. No turns below 710. And warning, stepped climb. So this is probably the most important warning that we have here, because we do have a maximum climb restriction at 4,000 feet, so we're going to have to comply with it. Routing is pretty simple. Straight ahead to Kilo Kilo Whiskey 07, then to Kilo Kilo Whiskey 09. Left turn to Mid-Thirst VOR, then turn right to Novma, and that'll be it on our climb. No special considerations. We will reject for any malfunction below 100 knots, only significant ones between 100 knots and V1, in which case I'll call reject, but the thrust to idle apply maximum reverse. In case the auto brake doesn't work, I'll apply maximum manual braking, stop the aircraft on the runway, set the parking brake, call cabin crew at stations, and advise TTC, and then we'll assess the situation. If the failure happens after V1, we're going to continue straight ahead. We'll be climbing to 3,000 initially, speed up, clean up, and then proceed to return back for runway 26 left, which is already loaded up. You know, secondary, we're not overweight, there's no other considerations, and that will be my briefing complete. Any questions? If so, please let them in the chat. Anas Farhad, is UBD 115 plane arrived? I have no idea. Syncrash Larry, pizza is coming. Yeah. Ludicarbon, where do you find engine out and acceleration information? So this is usually, some of them are written. We're gonna come back on the cruise for this, if you don't mind. So we are already 2 minutes on this. Let's go. Let's just remove that from our external power. External power off.
All
Shocks
doors
removed.
and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Parking brake is set. Let me try to do Roger again on this one. Yeah, send as failed, so I'm just gonna clean this up. Can I close it? No more message. Well, I can't clear this out, which is a little bit annoying. And I have no idea how to close this then from here. Fine. We're just gonna call him. Just gonna call him. Alright, terrain on ND on this side. We've got everything. The pushback is being connected. And let's give a call to Gatwick ground, which is 121540, and we got tower 124. Let me prepare this already. 124230. Alright. Medlam, hey, good to see you here. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing good. Oh, Rodrigo, olha lá, como é que é? Estás fixe? Também tiveste o mesmo problema no CBDLC. Ok, por acaso sabes se aquilo enviou ou não? Mas obrigado. What if you try to send it via the FO CPDLC? Ah! Interesting. So that did the trick? Could that be because I've opened this on the right side? Could be it. That could be it. Alright, let's give him a call. I just want to see if we got a new... Boa tarde, bom voo. Obrigado, man. Devias ter vindo, pá. Ou melhor, se pudesses. Alright, this is information hotel, aircraft type. Okay. Gatwick ground, very good evening. EZ37 November uniform on gate 555 with information hotel. We're ready for push and start.
EZ37 November uniform standard 555 push and start is approved facing south.
Push and start approved facing south. EZ37 November uniform. Oh, I forgot to say the aircraft type.
EZ35 hotel ready to taxi.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
X-ray hotel taxi.
Stay connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking.
Well, we are within 3 minutes, so last thing we need to do is the before start checklist. So the pocket brake is set, we've got takeoff speeds and thrust test, 38, 38, 41, flex 68. The windows are closed on both sides and the beacon is on. Before start checklist is complete. Let's start a bit early, so brakes are released, you're clear to push.
Starting pushback and you may start engine.
Timer on, and we're off. Oh, would you look at that? Oh no, am I gonna be pushing back over that guy? Looks like so. Ah, he can taxi around us, that's fine. Alright, let's start. And starting 2. Let's listen to that sound.
Gatwick ground, Tom Jet 206 ready for taxi. Jet 206 radar standby.
Engine 2 avail, starting 1. Beautiful, both engines are available, so we'll do this, this. And then first officer does this, and sets the trim, which is going to be up 0.4. That's set.
Operation complete. Set parking brakes.
Parking brake set, clear to disconnect.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
After start checklist, NTI is not required.
206 taxi to holding point Alpha 3,
Status.
runway 26 left, via the taxi route Quebec Alpha,
Tetris single only.
Quebec, Lima,
Could that be due to the
Papa,
nose wheel
Alpha
steering disconnect?
November.
We'll see that in a sec.
Taxi 2, holding point Alpha 3, runway 26 left by Quebec, Alpha, Quebec, Lima, Papa, Alpha, November, Tomjet 206. Well, is it okay if we just sit here for 2 minutes just to check our charts?
Tomjet 206, roger that.
No status. Pitch trim is set and rudder trim is neutral. After start checklist complete.
Tow is disconnected. A bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Maybe a comp setting or a CDU setting. Yeah, that could be it. That could be it.
Jet 940, hello, taxi to...
My GP is fighting for its life. You can constantly see the textures being uploaded.
Stand 141 right via taxi Juliet, up 940.
And signals
Thank
received.
You, bye-bye, see you.
Very good. Gatwick ground, EZ37 November uniform request taxi.
EZ37 November uniform taxi to holding point... Taxi to holding point Alpha 2, where Quebec Alpha, Lima, Papa, Alpha Sierra.
Taxi to holding point, runway 26 left via Alpha 2 Quebec, Alpha Lima, and confirm last signed EZ37 November uniform.
EZ37 November uniform, taxi route Quebec Alpha Lima, Papa, Alpha Sierra.
Alpha Sierra or Alpha Zero? Right, taxi via Quebec, Alpha Lima, Papa, and Alpha Zero, holding point runway 26 left, EZ37 November uniform. Is he really saying Alpha?
EZ37 November uniform, confirm holding point is the Alpha 2.
Holding point Alpha 2, EZ37 November uniform.
EZ25 X-ray hotel, contact Airway Tower North 124.23.
Alright, I think I got it. So let's go lights on, brakes released.
Stand by, wait a moment.
So Quebec Alpha Lima Papa
X-ray
Alpha Sierra, okay.
Airway Tower 124.
I was listening it as Alpha Zero. Alpha Sierra, got it. Got Alpha 2. Alright, brakes. Checked, pressure 0.
Okay, ground, good evening, Nordic 1308 on Juliet.
All clear on the left, all clear on the right.
1308, Gatwick ground, hello, taxi to hold short of taxiway Papa, where Juliet, expect stand 14.
Papa and Juliet, expect
Let's do a quick flight control check.
1308.
Full up.
To the 6 new
Full
taxi
down.
route taxi
Neutral.
to stand Alpha
Full
3
left.
via Quebec Alpha
Full right.
Lima
Neutral,
Papa
rudder.
Alpha November.
Full left. Full right. Neutral, okay.
Gatwick ground, Tomjet 226.
Clear right,
issue
clear
with our
left.
nose gear. We're going to have to disconnect, unfortunately.
Okay, 206 roger.
Alright, now I need to remember that this is a 319, this is not a 777 or a 330 or something. So, taxing on this is really different. Otherwise I'll just overshoot everything. Once we'll turn right, next, right, I'll do the taxi flow. Stormy, landed safely. Now I can watch your stream. Nice, dude. From where were you flying? Another fellow easyJet. Alright, there's Papa. So next right. Okay, let's do the flow. Weather radar. That's set, that's here, that's there, and take off coffee. Check, taxi checklist please. Clear left, clear right. Flight controls checked, flap setting 1 plus F is set, radar and protected wind shear is on and auto, engine mode selector normal, Nika memo, take off, no blow. Landing correction, taxi checklist is complete. Clear left, clear right. That's a Titan. Wow.
Hello. Clear to the
Yeah, that's a Titan 320. And a Norwegian.
0246, information India QH1020.
easyJet approaching. There's a Norwegian coming up here. Alright, we're approaching.
823 factory back is correct. Break, no deck 1308. After the company easyJet Airbus A319 passes in front, left to right, taxi to stand 14 via
Who comes first now?
On the ETS best from left to right, taxi on Papa and Juliet to 714 Arctic 1308.
And Gatwick ground easy 37 November uniform. Have a conflict situation here with the Norwegian who gets the right of way.
Easy 39 November uniform. I didn't see the conflict on my radar screen. So anyway, taxi to the holding point Alpha 2 via Papa, Juliet, November, Alpha Sierra.
Taxi to Papa and then Alpha Sierra to Alpha 2 easy 37 November uniform. Alright, gave us the clear Y. It's better to stop and ask than just do some funky stuff. I believe we're not gonna hit him with the wingtip.
Another 1308. You should be take a break, take your break more early actually.
Alright, clear left, clear right.
Okay, easy 39 November uniform. You can contact the Gatwick terminal 124.230. Sorry about that.
Over to tower, easy 37 November uniform, no problem. Have a good day, bye bye. Alright, switch to tower.
Kilo Mike, hold short of Sierra.
Alpha Sierra.
Hold short Sierra, easy 31 Kilo Mike.
Easy 31 Kilo Mike, contact ground 121.540. Bye bye.
11540, thank you very much, bye bye. Easy 31 Kilo Mike.
Also.
Gatwick Tower, very good evening. Easy 37 November uniform approaching Alpha 2 holding point running 26 left riding for departure.
7 November uniform via Alpha 1, surface wind 210 degrees, 7 knots, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 26 left, easy 37 November uniform. Alright, cabin crew, prepare for departure. Lineup checklist. Takeoff runway 26 left is confirmed. TCAS, ARA, pack 1 and 2 will be on. Actually, will be off. easyJet ops. Lineup checklist is complete. Clear left there. Final seems clear. We are ready. We are ready.
Going tower, Delta 303. We are established on low flags and we are going to do a missed approach though, circle around.
Clear right, clear left.
Established properly.
Let's do a roller.
303, roger. Turn left now, heading 160 degrees. Traffic departing 26 left ahead.
Turn left, heading 160, thanks a lot.
And 50%. Chrono on, stabilized.
37 November uniform, hold position, cancel takeoff. I say again, cancel takeoff, acknowledge.
Cancelling takeoff, easy 37 November uniform. That was close.
That trees are a tree, maintain altitude 3,000.
That never happened to me.
And it's Unicom now, 122.8, speak to you soon.
122.8, we'll stay at 3,000, Delta 303.
Ladies and gentlemen, apologize for the quickly stop. There was an airplane.
37 November uniform, apologies for the delay, it's just traffic coming in a bit high and fast behind you. that was going to end up on top of you, so we'll get you moving again shortly.
No problem, thanks for that. Easy 37 November uniform. So, apologize for the quick stop. We had traffic doing a go-around procedure and he overflew above us, so we had to give
37 November uniform, surface wind 210 degrees, 7 knots, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Left takeoff, runway 26 left, easy 37 November uniform. Manflex 68, SRS, runway, auto thrust, blue. Thrust set. Speed is alive. As 100 knots. V1, rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Gear up. Nav. Thrust climb, auto thrust. Beautiful. I'll be climbing until 3,200 and then do the acceleration.
37 November uniform, Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
Unicom 122.8, easy 37 November uniform, bye-bye. Okay. So that's the autopilot. That's the vertical speed. Plus 900 for a smoother change out. Let's do pack 1. Speed is checked, flaps up. So brake is on, lights off. And pack 2 on. Let's comply with the 4,000 feet restrictions. Lovely. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Outstar. Out. Stormy, you flew from Nairobi. Wow, that's a long flight. What airplane did you take? That's Kenya, right? I think so. Ah, yeah, you replied, never mind. I'm happy the A350 survived without busting wall. Dude, that A350 looks sweet, I have to admit. First FS 2024 flight on Linux as well. Oh, I did not know that Linux supported Microsoft Flight Sim. That's interesting. Said company easyJet. That was not a company easyJet there. That was a Norwegian 73. Cooler, look at me here on time with my new custom VATSIM notifier. Cooler, great to see you here. We literally took your, I took your suggestion to make the flight into Gibraltar, and here we are. Three, two, one. Now damn wrong airplane again. What did you mean, Sync Crash Flyer? Oh crap, really? Can we fix it with the off on? No. Alright, we'll deal with that in a second. Left tank pump 2. We'll see that. He's a bit lost, too much workload. I don't think he's lost, I just got that guy that was coming up very quickly on the approach. Have you ever seen some ice on the ice probe on the A320 family in Sim? No, I haven't. Did they model that? You can get Microsoft Flight Sim running on Linux, but it's VATSIM that becomes difficult. Oh, okay. Crash Flyer, it's the Concorde start countdown. Haha, I see what you did there. No Concorde for now. Alright, let's select here 370. As we're going to pass Nova, we'll do open climb. And I want to check my QRH if we do have any restriction regarding the fuel pump, because I'm pretty sure there is no dispatch once we I don't think there is a dispatch with a fuel pumping up on the Airbus. I'm pretty sure I heard a story. Where's QRH? QRH 319 112, please, and fuel. Oh, nothing significant here. So there's like for awareness only. Alright, I'll do thrust climb. Should maintain it. And once we get clear of the restriction, I'm gonna hear those CFMs spooling up nicely. Perhaps. No. Oh yeah. Looks like so. Yeah. Off we go. That was very smooth power. I was thinking that that would be a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Aggressive, yeah. Should be past 6,000 feet, and we are, so QNH standard set on all three. And we're off. Best practice is to isolate each Windows program its own API compatibility layer environment, but vPilot needs to detect the game on the computer. Aha, okay, I see. I don't remember how I got it working. I think some guy on Discord helped me out. This is incredible because you have like simulators that are, well, being done. I'm not talking about X-Plane, but Microsoft Flight Sim, being done by a huge team, and then some random guy on Discord can get a workaround or something. That's impressive. Past 10,000 feet, lights are off. We're going to keep the seatbelt signs on for a little bit more as we accelerate through. And I'm still trying to find this regarding that. So let me see. Regarding the fuel thing, because actually, I mean, if we get no dispatch out of the Gibraltar, I'm not sure if it would be a good idea to just continue onward. So. trying to find here. I don't think I have an MEL for the 320, unfortunately. Try powering it on and off again. Yep, that's clogged. Or that's dead. But anyway, 8.3. Starting fuel. We'll see how this goes. I'm using Bing source now for map enhancement, and I was not expecting, but it looks really good for now. It does look really nice. Let's switch this to your ports so we can see. Syncrashflyer, is the Airfoil Lab 737 MAX something for you? I remember I flew from Leeds with one of them, Ryanair. Syncrashflyer, that's definitely an interesting airplane, and it's the most modern 737 we have at this moment. So it's definitely an airplane that I'm looking forward to. Absolutely. However, I hope I will be proven wrong, but the Airfoil Labs King Air 350 is still lacking some of the stuff. It's lacking the hand flying experience, it's lacking the autopilot fine-tuning. I think it's still lacking a little bit of that performance data, so it's not exactly flying as it should. Man, it's fantastic. What's going on with this scenery? So I don't know, I'm definitely excited for it, but I'm a little bit, I'm gonna say the word suspicious. I'm suspicious whether it's gonna be good or not. So yeah, I wanna see how it is. Absolutely. So that's yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Definitely excited. What they've been posting so far, it looks like they are much more focused on systems rather than I don't know, graphics or whatnot. Not to say that graphics are not important, but it definitely looks like they are paying attention to systems, and that's very good because like have the proper basic stuff. Let's put the seatbelt sign off. Have the proper basic stuff. Oh, well done. Let's do direct to Lelna. There is no need to do that. Turn there. Save a little bit of time. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. Woeful. Doubtful is a good word. Yeah, I'll probably go to say that. Yeah. The flight factor had an eventful day, it seems. 3 updates in 1 day. Oh, are you saying about the 777? They got 3 updates? Really? Holy cow. You know, the funny thing with that is usually when I try to update the 777, every time I update it, 20 minutes after I update the plane, a new update comes on. So, it is really annoying sometimes because you just spend some time updating everything and then you just, well, you enter the airplane, you activate it again, and then 20 minutes later a new update comes out and you're like, well, I just did this. Okay, so let me see, what did we get? We get a failure there, right? So let me do recall here. We got a fuel left tank pump 2, low pressure. So let me find this here. Fuel left tank pump 1. one or two low pressure. So let's say crew awareness. Consider. Ah, that's low temp. Never mind. We got low pressure. I'm trying to find it here. Left tank pump. No, that's wrong. Okay, there we go, I got it. So, note, aircraft altitude must be limited to 35,000 feet if a single fuel pump feeds both engines. No, that doesn't affect us. And that's about it. So it's just crew awareness. It's just crew awareness. Let me see if I have an MEL here. Oh, I have. Cool. I have. This is gonna be painful though because I do not have the thing proper. Okay, I'll have to search for it. Fuel pump. Let's see if it finds the word AP fuel pump.
Jersey approach, hello, shuttle 14 hotel inbound, flight number 240.
Nah, doesn't seem like it's a limitation. Well, alright then, we'll continue onward. If this would be a limitation, I'd probably consider returning back for a fix. But yeah, right now, as long as the other one doesn't fail, should be fine. Alright, let me try to clear out this thing. So let me go ATSU, data link status. Crap, it's not here. AOC menu. That's received messages. No received messages. Connection. Well, it's not even connected, lol. So why the thing? Message record. Erase. Confirm. There we go. I'll return, leave this here on the flight plan. We're gonna leave this here on progress page. Optimum 370, looks good. 87 miles to Gatwick. Seems fantastic. Look at that beautiful weather out there. Absolutely great. And let me check outside view. What a beautiful 319. Beautiful 319. Love this airplane. 21 degrees in the back. It's a fine temp. It's a little bit hotter. 22 in the cockpit. And there's France. And there's France. But yeah, Chris currently descending into OPSD. That's Carda, right? On the Tupolev 134. Wish me luck. Good luck, man. That's a nice approach, but I think on the 134 you should be fine. And also, dude, post some pictures on the Discord. I want to see that. In fact, I think we challenged Snacks on the last live stream to do a Carda flight on the 154 on the 134, and he didn't do it yet. We need to remind him. Yeah, we need to remind him about that. Because he was saying that he did a Paro flight on the 134, which is impressive. And then I said that he has to do the this Carda approach. We haven't flown to Carda in a while. I guess we have to come back there. Already landed. It went horrible. Well, is the airplane in one piece? Did you break the gear? Did you suffer a tire burst? Why did it go horrible? Man, at least I hope you had some fun. Well, the plane is good. Okay, good. Great. That's very nice. Alright, so we've checked the thing with the fuel pump. That means we can continue without problem. Without problem, so that's good. We're about to reach our cruise level. Oh, you burst the tires. Okay. Whoopsie. So, I guess that well, at least you are in a beautiful destination, right? You'll be able to appreciate the views a little bit longer. It's actually challenging to land on such high elevation airports because the way that the airplane behaves is different. You do not flare the same way you do as on an airport that's located closer to sea level. I'm not even mentioning sea level, but I don't know, like 1,000 feet elevation, and it's definitely quite different. So yeah. Alright, we passed 360. We are already below 1,000 feet a minute, so I'll just keep going with the speed. We have a bit of a headwind here, 21 knots so far, and it's probably going to be increasing. So far looking good. I'm just going to wait until we finish our climb. I'll do a fuel check, and then I'll be doing... I need to complete my the formatting of that document. I did engage the transponder, yes I did, I just did not put it on. Let's see. Chris, well, I'm not mad, it was my first flight in the 134, so I got some room to learn. Yeah, the 134 is not an easy airplane, and to be honest, you didn't pick the easiest airport to go for a first flight. You could go somewhere with a very long runway and an easy ILS approach. Mac Alt Star and Alt Cruise. And we have an airplane ahead of us, 2,000 feet above. Okay, so I'm gonna clear this, and I'm gonna go into secondary. I'm gonna copy the active. I don't think we're gonna need the secondary with Gatwick loaded in right now. So I'll just continue with this. Let's check the fuel. So we've spent 1,740. I'll do 1,750 plus 6,520. That gives us 8,270. So that's correct. 30 kilos for the APU. That's about the time we spent on the ground. Fuel is still being nice and balanced. So that's fine. We can continue onward. And I'll be opening my study cam, as I like to call it, or work cam, or something else. And I'll be continuing my work here, so let me check this, and just like that. Okay, good. So, let me rename this again. This is gonna be theoretical and practical ATPL compendium. And I need to rename this, so... Or should I rename it operational? I think operational is better. Theoretical and operational. ATPL Compendium. Yeah, that's better. Alright. So, theoretical and operational. ATPL Compendium. This needs to go down. And this needs to become way larger. Let's do version 1.6. I'll put the version down here. And I'll put today's date. This is going to be 01/05/2026. So that's by May. For correction, improvement, or other suggestions, write to here. Alright, I'll do this and this. Better. And I want to change, I want to put the last page on the first, so like a change log and so on. No, actually change log we're going to stay on the end. And we will do this, oops. On 01/05/2026. But I will be copying this. Change logging is going to stay there. Synchronous flights homework time. Yeah, kind of like. What's this here? Alright, let's do the first thing. That might do IF4. IF4. Theory. And practical notes. And I want this centered. Oh, we're going into some significant clouds there. Let's put the seatbelt signs on. What do we have here? Flight control FCDC2 fault. FCDC2 fault. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, that's flight computer something. Well, crew awareness again. Why is this always happening when I'm flying the 319? Random faults is only at 20. Jesus. So I put the seatbelt sign on because we were going into the clouds. Be better. Alright. What's the... what's the word for like the main... Literally glossary?
Glossary.
Glossary. Okay. We'll get that. Whoops. We'll start with this. This is 11. 11, 11, 11. We'll do 12 here, 12 here, 11 here. Fire theory and practical. Oh. Page 3. Right, now I have to see. I have to see if the formatting is okay. That's fine, that's fine. Jesus, I spent a lot of time on this. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, operational topics. This will have to go to a much larger font. I don't remember what font did we use on the first page. This is what page? 37. This is 24. There we go. Noise abatement procedures. Speaking of noise abatement procedures, Ludo, I forgot to answer you that question. I was kind of focused on the going. So to answer where do I get the information from the noise abatement procedures and how to use it, so you have a couple of basic noise abatement procedures that are established. Those are NADP1, NADP2, and some places still use the takeoff procedure A or procedure B. So those are like those are noise abatement procedures that are pre-established, that your company may do. So let's say your company mandates you to do a certain, let's say your company always mandates you to do NADP1, or it always mandates you to do an NADP2. So that can be company dependent. That can also be dependent on the airport. So certain airports may have specified noise abatement procedures written. So, for instance, in Gatwick, let's open the charts here. I think you guys can read this more or less. Please let me know if you can see this. Fair. If you go into the chart section and go into the taxi, you have a lot of these pages, a lot of these starting pages that are like airport briefings. Most of the people don't usually pay attention to this, but you do get a lot of valuable information from these pages. And you have the general notes that are for like overall the airport. So let's say the time that you can have your APU on. So this is, for instance, after arrival on stand, there will be a note regarding departures. And you have usually the general, the arrival, and the departure section of each airport. Some airports are larger and they have a lot of notes here. For instance, Gatwick has plenty of them. Some airports may only have 1 or 2 pages. And information on noise abatement can usually be read there. So let's see, if I go to the departure section here, for instance, we know that we need to comply with a certain, like we need to be ready to push at a target of block time plus or minus 5 minutes. So ground activities completed, a door is closed, pushback door connected, copy ready for startup. We actually did this, so that I was trying to do this without telling you. And then when ready for pushback, it should be at target of block time plus 5. Sorry, this is not it. Yeah, when ready to push back, we should be at target of block time plus 5 minutes. Passengers report to Gatwick delivery, call sign stand QNH ready. Pilot will either receive start approval, Gatwick delivery will respond. So there's a lot of notes here that tell you how you should actually operate in that specific airport. But let's search for noise abatement. There will be one for noise abatement. So that's startup, that's clearance, remote holding procedures. So there we go, speed restrictions, noise abatement procedures. So general. The following procedure may at any time be departed from the extent necessary for avoiding immediate danger or for complying with ATC instructions. So of course noise abatement are never above safety or are never above a direct instruction by ATC or something like that. You do have to be aware though that there might be situations where you can ask something to ATC which is not exactly permitted, and the ATC may grant you that, so it can happen. You have to be very, very careful with that. Alright, so they state that you have, like at this altitude, you have to comply with this noise, maximum noise allowed. So minimum glide gradient is mandatory 4% until 3,000 feet. Is one of the procedures. Do not apply Horley and Crawley, so this is all part of the noise abatement procedure. No idea what this is. I'm going to assume that this is just some sort of town, little town or village or whatnot. And if we continue onward, this is noise quota. Gatwick does not state a specific procedure, so as long as you comply with that noise, you're gonna be fine. So then it depends on you, like company and whatnot, on what procedure are you gonna be using. Some airports, let me actually search. I think Lisbon actually states specifically what you should use. For instance, that's not it. That's not it. Noise abatement routes. Okay, so that's not it. That's extension. Let's see if it's something on the general. Sometimes they duplicate information. So nighttime restrictions. So no, it doesn't state here, but I remember clearly that there are some airports that state that noise abatement procedure 1 should be used, or noise abatement procedure 2 should be used, or they literally write you, so like thrust reduction should be at I don't know, 800 feet above ground level, and the airplane should then, I don't know, start accelerating for a minimum clean speed, or maintaining configuration until a certain altitude, and then so on. So usually this is from where I get. It can also be on the AIP, I believe, of the country. So yeah, but usually all the information is here. I hope that answers your question. I'm not sure you are still here, but yeah, it is important to note the base model of the noise abatement procedure. So NADP1. So what happens is that, let me zoom in a little bit here so you guys can see, perhaps a little bit. Not really. So NADP1, you do a thrust reduction at 800 feet, and you maintain configuration. Okay, so climb at V2 plus 20 to 40, so essentially maintain configuration, don't touch anything until 3000 feet AGL. This is important to remember because on the Boeing, they're actually slightly smarter than the Airbus planes, because you can just simply put 800, 3000, and the airplane will assume the above ground level altitude. On the Airbus, you have to make a calculation. So for instance, Gatwick is sitting at 200 feet AGL. So if you want to do 800 feet barometric, that would be 1000 feet AGL, and that's why I've put in the MCDU, I've put 1000 and 3200 on the normal acceleration. So that's an ADP1. You've got also an ADP. Whoopsie, why are you selecting that, my man? I just want to pull it like this. NADP2, you do a thrust reduction at 800, and then you accelerate to your minimum clean speed. So to do that in the Airbus, you usually go into performance, and on the climb page it states what are the speeds for flaps, and you get the 0 flap speed, like green dot speed. So that's the minimum clean speed, or the most, it's not the minimum clean speed exactly, but it's like the optimal clean speed. So you go and do green dot, and you pre-select it on the climb page. So this way, what the airplane does is once you do the thrust reduction, it will be accelerating to a certain speed, and instead of accelerating to the speed that would be 250 knots, it will just accelerate to the clean speed, or to the speed that you pre-selected right there. So that does help a lot. And then you just pull it in for managed speed, and it accelerates normally past 3200 or past 3000 there. So then I still have the takeoff procedure Alpha and takeoff procedure Bravo, just because some places still use it, and I think it's good to know it's not very difficult. So it's very, very similar to the NADP1 and NADP2. The only difference is basically that instead of 800 on the first one, you do a thrust reduction at 1500, and then you maintain the configuration in V2 plus 20 to 40, or plus 10 to 20, sorry. And on takeoff procedure Bravo, you do a thrust reduction at 1000, and then you accelerate to your clean speed. until 3,000 feet. So that's it. That's like the main 4 noise abatement procedures. So I hope that explains a little bit. Alright, also operational topics. This is page 37. This here. Perfect. 37. I don't think apart from that I have a lot of other stuff. So that's operational, that's performance stuff, that's fuel, that's all operational. Performance Class A, Class B, general performance topics, Jeppesen charts. Yeah, I guess I might add the Jeppesen, and this is gonna be let's do chart symbology. To Jeppesen here. And I'll do 24. And this is page 57. Page 57. Sit. And then I'll go probably airplane systems. Yeah, I think I'll go airplane systems because GPWS is airplane systems effectively. Airplane systems. Let's go for 24. And I want this centered. Just like that. Beautiful. And then we'll do the changelog here on the last page, which is going to be 65, 64, and 65. Airplane systems. And changelog. I should have changed this. Do you guys know how to do the thing like when you have a bunch of dots and then it comes to the number of the page? So like this. Do you actually do it manually? I know there should be a way to not make it manual. But I guess, oops, I guess for now I might just do it like this. Yeah. This is my APU and I run as long as I want. Yeah. Okay, looks like we've got out of the clouds, by the way. I might switch off this outside for now. It's looking great on the outside. Systems are fine. We've been doing 50 minutes of flight time. And cooler, there's got to be some kind of page linking or table of contents. Let me see how to create page of contents in Google Docs. It has to be. Table of contents. Apply heading styles. Heading 1 through 6 to selection task. Click where you want a table and select insert table of contents and choose a style. Ah, oh, I see. This is gonna be painful, probably. If your document is in pageless mode, you can expand. It's like you have to add a heading. Table of contents. No, I'll probably get a copyright strike if I open that. Let me see. So if I do table, no, that's just a table. The problem is I have this all in Russian, and it should be different. Google Docs can make a table of contents for you. Place your cursor where you want your eventual table of contents. Select insert from the menu bar and scroll down. Hold over table of contents. After applying a choice, you'll see a placeholder that says add headings, format, paragraph styles, and it'll appear in your table of contents. Ah, okay, so it's not hard. Wait, let's do it. Let's see if I'm not gonna regret by deleting this. So let's see, I do that. Set to click right, yeah? Place your cursor where you want to eventually select insert from the menu. Ah, select insert, sorry. Insert, and this is it. And this is how I want it. Add the things so it appears. Okay, okay, let me remove this then. This is too large. Let's put it. Oh, where are you going, man? 12. And this is gonna be it, I believe. Yeah, I just want to change it. 24. Or let's a bit of 20s. It doesn't look bad. 20. 20 and bold. Well, I did it. Oh, there we go. And it works. Nice. Oh, this is really cool. It's freaking easy then. 11. What size do I have here? This is 11. I changed the size of this. Okay, so that's it. Let's see if it didn't break anything, because I changed the font size. I hope it didn't, because it's a very small change. Or actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking, what if I just leave this page like that, and I paste this here. Why is it so hard just formatting stuff? You just spend so much time just formatting stuff. That's better. That's better. Now, my question is, because you have like a couple of different headers here, so if I add the main header, and then I'll be doing like this, but changing it to header 2, will it be adding? Yeah! Oh, this is awesome. Okay. So this might be very, very useful this way. So I'll be adding the thing here. Takeoff and standard instrument departure. We'll do header here. Arrival and approach. Header 2 again. Approach procedures. Here to certainly approach. That doesn't work. Okay, we'll leave it. Approach band, rotation range. Okay, approach segments. This one is going to be useful. Man, this is cool. Okay, I like this. Funnel approach segment. Missed approach segment. Flying notes for approach departure. Yeah, this is going to be a header. Holding procedures. Holding procedures could be a header. I mean, no, it's going to be too long then. Racetrack procedures. Concepts. PBN notes. Have an even smaller header? Oh yeah, we can. Okay, interesting. Operational topics. So this is going to be the large one. We'll do like that. Bold. Noise abatement procedures. Be like this. Loss of communications. Airspace classification. This is very important. We're gonna be talking about this soon in a live stream, a VFR live stream. We're gonna talk a little bit about airspace, airspaces overall. I think it's a very good topic. Most of the people, it is a little bit scary, to be fair. Even I was a little bit scared in the beginning when I learned all the airspaces, but then it's not too difficult once you understand. Fuel planning and considerations. Yeah, let me try. I wanted to like this header 3. Did it change that? Yeah, it did. Okay, let me see if I can not make this bold. Okay, I can. Good. Isolated. So remember, guys, when we flew to Easter Island, we got to topic about the destination alternate aerodrome, so isolated aerodrome. I have the topic here. Let's add this as well. Oops. Minimum fuel and Mayday fuel. This one is good as well. I can share you this doc if you want later on the Discord. I don't mind. I've been working a long time on this, and I want to do it better. So it's gonna grow even more. Alright, V-speeds during takeoff with clear distances. I might do like... That's like V-speeds. What V-speeds do you have? It's very important. Performance Class A considerations. Synchronous fire. Sometimes it's really very confusing because sometimes you also have military zones involvement, and then you don't quite understand it, I think. So in the military zones, they kind of have the same rules. The only thing regarding military zones, they can be restricted. So it can be like interchangeable, let's say. So if the area is restricted, then a certain it's like a certain type of airspace. If it's not restricted or the military is not using it, then it can be used as a different type of airspace. So it depends. It depends a lot on the type of situation. Then you have like prohibited airspaces and so on. So yeah. Right. So I did this, right? Yeah, I did. That's Bravo. General performance topics and definitions. It's going to be like that. Chart symbology. This is going to be the large one. Airplane systems. Crap. Oh, this is very useful. I did not know about this. No. There we go. And the change log, of course. We're going to do change log as one of these. We'll do... yeah, we'll leave it at 20. That's it. Alright, let's go and see if it doesn't look too bad. I need to update it. Bam! There we go. Oh, loss of communications is kind of... is bad. What did we do there with the loss of communications? Wait, let me go back first. Loss of comms. Loss of comms got weird. Loss of comms is right here. Oh yeah, for whatever reason. I just want you as this. Oh, I see what's the problem. Okay, stand by. Now it should be fine. There we go. Loss of comms done. Alright, let's see. Let's see if it works now. So, IFR theory and practical notes. We'll do this at bold. This is all looking good. Operational topics, yes. Yes, yes, and yes. I like this. I think it works well. I can make this larger, like 20. Oh, would you look at this? Oh my god. Are you coming? Yes, you are. There we go. Just like that. Let me do a final check here that everything is good. We've got again some clouds. Seatbelt signs on. Outside our temp is minus 58, so no anti-ice will be required. Yeah, there would be a lot of like smaller things that I would like to add. Maybe later. Maybe later, but I like how it turned out. I like how it turned out. That's pretty good. That's actually very good. That's a very useful feature. Thank you, Cooler, for this amazing suggestion. That's the second great suggestion you already did. The first one was the flight to Gibraltar on the A319, which I'm super happy of being able to do today. That's good. And yeah, this one, I did not know that it would be possible to do this kind of thing this easily. Really nice. It's just hard to keep everything aligned perfectly. But it seems like it did the trick now. Alright, I'm thinking, what should I add next? What do I have here next? Decision-making models. This is really cool. CPDLCA cars data link. I need to add this because there's a lot of things. So like CPDLCA cars is just one small part of the entire system, and sometimes it is important to understand the system, or at least the basic of the system. So I'd really love to make a chapter about CPDLCA cars and its usage. I would also like to add a chapter about oceanic airspace, what are the organized track system, because this is one thing I didn't know, but, and it makes all the sense. I thought that when you're flying oceanic, they have the tracks, right? You have the tracks, you are assigned a certain track, which you have to maintain with a certain altitude and a certain speed, and you follow that track until you exit it. You have like an entry point, and you have all those coordinates and so on. I did not know, but those tracks, they change every day. Every day they do a new track, and they do it based on the weather, which makes total sense because you usually have a jet stream over the Atlantic, so they adjust the position of the track so the flights that are flying eastbound get maximum usage of that jet stream, while the other flights that are flying westbound from Europe to the United States, they don't get as affected by the jet stream. So it's really impressive, and I didn't know about that. So that would be a good topic, I think. That would be a great topic to add. Alright, let's just reload this. I'm just thinking I might change the size of the lettering to 10 maybe, just so we get a little bit more space. How can I select the entire table? Can I select the entire thing? I just resize it a little bit. Yeah, I think I prefer it this way. Oh, and I notice here basic fuel figures. Okay, I need to recheck this here. Or maybe I can just remove it. No, I can't. Okay. Oh, no, I can. Fantastic. No, it doesn't work. Okay, we need to recheck that then. So it's in the fuel chapter. Because I do not want to see that he has the stuff, it just takes too much space. And it starts somewhere along here, probably, yeah. So it affects the entire line. I see what's the problem here. What if I do it like that then, and then this one? Oh crap, what just happened? What the hell? Yeah, this is something wrong. Okay, but at least it works like that. Okay, good. I knew it was 9 and like that. Good. Alright, I prefer it this way. Philip, which tablet add-on are you using right now? Philip, welcome. So this is not an add-on. This is essentially, I just found online a picture of a tablet, very simple, and I cut it out through Photoshop so it resembled the screen. So it's basically an overlay of a smaller source. So essentially what I did is like I placed a second monitor as a source, and then I overlaid the picture of the tablet. So it looks very much like a tablet, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. So it would look as we would be doing something. on a tablet inside of the plane. So I guess I succeeded, because you were not the first person asking me this question, and it means I did good. It means I did good. Alright, I believe this minimum fuel, yeah, this minimum fuel has to be changed as well. We have space, so that doesn't affect us. Good. And I think those were it. Let's see. Basic fuel figures, page 45. V1 decision speed considerations. So page 45 and page 51, we need correction. And this one probably as well. So page 7, I need to write, my fish memory does not hold. So it's 7, 7, 45 and 51. Okay, 7, 45 and 51. Page 7, where is it? Oh, this was a little bit, yeah, this was offset. There we go. Let's do it just like that. So that's 7 checked. Let's go for page 45. Phil, thank you very much for the answer. No problem, man. I hope you're doing good. We are right in the middle of our flight into Gibraltar. So there's definitely something going on with these clouds, because it was not supposed to be this bad. But yeah, we're just now approaching the coast of Spain. I hope it clears out, because I really wanted to see some of those views, even though I'm doing some work here. It would be still great to see some stuff outside of the window. Holding procedures. Aha, there we go. That was it. There was a bug there. Racetrack procedures. It's corrected. General concepts is fine. This is fine. So this is fine. Just searching if there's any formatting errors. Operational topics. Yeah, that seems good. Clean aircraft concept. Let me see if I can. No, I can't push it higher. So I'll leave it as is. Reduced. Yep. Brilliant. That's here. And I've passed page 45, which is right here. Fuel planning considerations, basic fuel figures. This one has to be like that. And that's done. Good. So page 45 is checked. Last was 51. Page 51. Yeah, decision speed considerations. Just wanted to change the text into caps. So airplane systems. I feel like this one can go higher. Maybe not. That's fine. Change log. Good. Leave the change log like that. And great. Now I can just update this. There we go. Everything seems clear. Oh, I can't go higher. Interesting. Why do I feel like it moved all this space? It should have been higher. Yeah, it definitely should be higher. What is wrong here? Weird. But I can't delete this. Why can't I delete the space? It's just that space. Okay, I'll leave it like that. Good. Now I need to recheck again. Jesus Christ. I can now imagine that making a proper manual is a pain. This is 65 pages, imagine 200 pages of formatting stuff. That must hurt. And then we comply like, oh, they've got a mistake here, like a small alignment mistake or whatever. And the amount of work is just astonishing just to make everything look good. Alright, so far so good. So far so good. At 200 pages I would use latex. Why? Why? What use would be... I mean, do I want to know that? Oh, Jesus Christ. This is 65 pages. I mean, for how long have we been sitting here? 20 minutes probably? Yeah, okay, okay, I think we got it. We got it. Final update. It didn't break anything and it looks good. Yes! So let me export this. Let me save it as a PDF. And it will probably be offset somewhere. Nice, now I can just click and it will go to the page that I need. Fantastic, it's very useful. Alright, let's see if the PDF is done or not. I feel like this space right here is missing something. I think we need a plane here. We need a plane icon or some sort here to make it a little bit more interesting. This text is too large. I'll be changing that. In fact, I will be changing that immediately. I'll be doing right to... There we go. Yeah, I think like we definitely need an airplane icon right here. Let's see, I think I've got a couple of them saved already. Somewhere. A nice little Cessna 172 will look good. I don't know, man, this is ATPL, so it has to be airline stuff. So I'd probably go with something like a black icon of an airplane. Oh, I know, maybe this one. I have this saved. Check this out. Oh boy, it's huge. Yeah, but it doesn't look too bad, I think. It definitely doesn't look too bad. It has to be smaller. Now I can't select it. I like this. Oh, it has a white border. Who would place a stupid white border around this thing? I need to open Photoshop to correct this. I think we can do a correction here, and I can just get it out. It could be a 777-300. It looks like it. Where can I see that size? No, I'm pretty sure there was an option to cut this out. Alright, you know what? I don't mind. Wait, I'll just put it in the back. There we go, that's fixed. That was fast. Now the question is oh no, I've placed it on the header. Okay, I've removed it from the header now. I guess I will have to do a little bit of fine-tuning, and I'll have to cut this picture out. It puts it in the header. God damn it. What if I do it like this? I'll cut it really hard. Will you go into the header now? No, good. Fixed. I don't think it looks too bad now. Yeah, cool. Alright, let's save it again. For the 20th time doing adjustments, at least it's looking good, and then I can focus on doing the rest of the stuff. Save it as a PDF. Let's see. Yeah, this looks good. I like this as a first page. I think it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I feel like the lettering could be a little bit bigger. Can we make it bigger without... No. Alright, then I'll make the plane a little bit smaller. And I'll need to delete that again, put that in, download. It's taking time to download, this is funny. Yeah, I like this. Okay, I'll take this. So, the glossary, I keep forgetting. What's the other word for this? Contents, table of contents. Table of contents. Ah, screw it. It's gonna be fun like that. Nathan. Nope, it's not too bad. Cool, thank you. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Perhaps I should change the size of this text right here, and then it will look a little bit better. Yeah. Let's do like 10. Yeah, 10. Push this lower. Give 1, 2 here. 1, 2 here. We'll leave this one a bit more centered. And I think this one is going to be the best. Let's see. I know I could have just zoomed out, but it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't do it justice. Or maybe it does. Yep, much better. Much better, I'll take it. I will take it. Okay, let's just see if the download is saved or not. Ekaterina, hello. Welcome. It's good to see you here. Well, unfortunately, there are some nice views of Spain down here, but they're all covered up, so no views for today, which is really a shame, to be honest. It should be a clear sky most of the flight. Where is this? This is some ground stuff. Where are we even flying? Oh, we're well inside of Spain already. In fact, 1 hour and 29 minutes. We should be starting to prepare soon. Because I don't want to do the same thing as we did on the last live stream, where I kind of did the briefing almost on top of descent, and then the top of descent was not correct, and it wasn't perfect then. So I don't want to do this, especially because it's Gibraltar. It's not exactly an easy airport, and it has some considerations to cover. So I'll just finish this. I'll finish checking this. It looks good so far. I like how it looks. Nice. Alright, I like this. Let's go and just check something here. Performance Class A considerations. Yes! Excellent. Nice. I'm happy. I'm officially happy. I will be doing a copy of this in Microsoft Word formats, so just so I have a backup copy. And we'll be switching the tablet off. I'll be closing this page for today. I'll actually send this to the Discord, because there was somebody who was asking for this. I'll rename this to 1.6. 1.6. That's done. That's done. Excellent. I am happy. I'm happy. And now we can start to prepare stuff. Alright, so first things first, I want to see VATSIM radar, how the thing is looking. Do we have some ATC there? Do we not have any ATC? What's the situation? Perhaps we have a an ATIS. No ATIS, we have one traffic there. He's on a Cessna. Wow, citation 10. Good. Citation 10. Alright, so VATSIM radar is fine. Yeah, it definitely should be clear sky most of the flight. I know we have some cirrus, but this doesn't look any close from what we should be expecting. Regardless, let's see, can I get the ATIS or METAR from here? It's not here. Destination ATIS. Let's see if it does work. ATIS not available. Well, thank you. I'd love to get at least a METAR, but it's fine. Right, top of descent, 235 miles to go, that's fine. And Gibraltar. Gibraltar weather information states wind 130 at 11. Okay, good visibility, few clouds at 5,000, broken 2,500, temperature 22.11, QNH 1019er, no significant change. That is wonderful. So 130 at 11. 130 at 11 actually means runway 90. Oh, ooh. Ooh, are we gonna get the interesting turning approach? Looks like so. It looks like so. Medlam, am I using map enhancement? Yes, I am. Yes, and there's a little bit of land. A little bit of Spain for you. Okay, so charts, I need approach charts, and we're gonna be doing the SRA. SRA stands for Surveillance Radar Approach. So this is very much ATC checking us on their radar and correcting our position and doing altitude checks based on what they have there. So that is important, and that's cool. So I'm gonna put this in. We have an MDA. MDA means minimum descent altitude of 920, and we'll add 50 feet for operational reasons, so that'll be 970. On the MDA, I'm gonna put the QNH already in here. QNH temperature 22, wind was 130 at 11. So we're gonna have a bit of a component here pushing us from the right side, which actually doesn't really help us out because it's really easy to overshoot. So we're gonna need to anticipate the turn. And regarding the flight plan, I'm gonna change this to runway 09, no star, no via, no transition, and I'm gonna insert this. Now I do have a star in the charts here, which is gonna be like PMOS, UPMUP, and then UNBUT, but it doesn't seem to appear in our box. So PMOS, that's the approach point, and funnily enough, Why don't I have the approach as well? Very weird. Very weird. So I'll do something which is not entirely possible, but I think I'll do it anyways because we have no ATC and we have to have some sort of guidance. But it's not exactly right to do this, okay? I'm gonna be inputting the points here for us. Up and onboard. Because for whatever reason we don't have them on. Okay, from there should be actually probably going to Ripra, maybe. Yeah, okay, let's add Ripra. And from Ripra we'll do the rest of the stuff. Alright, I'm gonna insert this. Let's see how this looks. So it should be from PMOS down to Ukmuk, that's correct. Then to Unbot, Ripra, that's correct. And then we have that point right there. Very interesting. We have a point that's called X-ray, but it doesn't really help. So here's what I'll do. In order for us to get a little bit of a GPS guidance on this, here's what I'll do. I'll do a PBD waypoint. So I'll do Ripra, which is the point bearing. The bearing is going to be 359, and the first distance is going to be, in fact I could just put, it's going to be 6 miles, and it should be right there. That's correct. And I'm going to insert it, and then I'm going to add another one again based on Ripra. So Ripra point bearing distance, and I'll go until the X-ray waypoint, which is basically our MDA at which we have to start the turn, and that is at 8 miles out. So adding that there, and it makes sense. So I'll do insert, and now we will do PPD 07. I'll do slash 1520 because it's mandatory to be at that altitude. And yeah, the speed 142 there would probably want to be configured at that point. And at Ripra I want to be considering to be at 180 knots, 185 there. Let's do 180 knots there on the speed. Set insert. I didn't change for whatever. No, it did. Okay, good. Alright, so that is set. Now I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna touch this. This is gonna be discontinuity. Why is it still showing runway 27? I changed this to runway 09. Or maybe I didn't. But regardless, yeah, that's way better. And I'll leave this as is. So that's good. The only thing I want to add is come here to fix info. We will do Gibraltar. Runway 09. We will do an arc of 3 nautical miles. This way we'll know where we have to be at 1,000 feet, which more or less is correct there. And that's the only thing I really want to have. Probably we'll add the runway track, which is going to be 268, not the track with the radial out. So we get the blue line extension. And I feel like now I am more or less ready. So just for the sake of it, let's do LX Golf Bravo 09 again, and let's do a 6. So this way we'll mark 2000 and perhaps the 3000 as well. Let's do it. 09 and 9. So airport is basically sitting at sea level, so we can assume it almost is 0, and that's going to be it. Medlem, How is the internet usage compared to Microsoft Flight Sim? Medlem, I'm terribly sorry, but I cannot help you with that because I do not fly Microsoft Flight Sim. So I can't really give you any guidance regarding that. So I'm terribly sorry. Okay, guys. So just so you can understand, here's what we're gonna do. How much do we have until top of descent? I'll plan for Reaper to be at 3,000 mandatory, which probably kind of fits with what the computer planned. Yeah, 3,080. Let's force 3,000 just to make sure. Yeah, let me insert this. That's gonna be fine now. So here's what I did. Let's jump into the approach briefing. Auto brake is going to be, of course, medium. Let's just do a very quick reset here of the wind. Wind stated was... what was the wind? Again, 130 at 11. Temperature to 2QNH was 1019. Runway is dry, weight is fine, air conditioning on it, flaps full of course. Pilot VAP, I'm not going to add anything, maybe just like 1 knot. Brake is going to be medium, reverse on. So we've got a margin of 457 meters, and this is going to be probably staying on. So this is essentially, we can skip through 3 different markings, 3 different runway markings. And I'm taking the note. And why is this important? And what markings am I talking about? You know, like the landing markings, the big ones, like touchdown zone and so on, they are spaced usually 150 meters aside. So if we have a margin of 457 meters, that means that we can skip 3 of those markers. So starting from the threshold, we pass the threshold, we got the first marker, second marker, and by the 3rd marker, we have to be on the ground, otherwise we'll run out of space. And this is important. I don't know from where are they getting this weather information, because the time is correct. The time is 15:20 Zulu. Oh, maybe it's the sim time. Ah, perhaps it's the sim time, but I'm using real weather, no sim time, so I have to use the right one. 130 at 11 should be correct. Okay, so that's it. That's calculated. Last thing, let's do a quick top of descent. We are at 37. We need to be at 3 over Reaper. I know it's not going to be an exactly direct line, but that will help us regardless. Reaper. Let's do 37 minus 3 is 34. 34 times 3 is going to be 102. I'll add 10 knots, 102, that'll be 112 nautical miles. From Reaper, we're going to have to start descending. Because this is an Airbus 319, we should be pretty much fine regarding that. Okay, good, fine. I'll go very quickly to the toilet, and we'll do the arrival briefing. How about that? How about that? You guys watch the plane, I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. So, Cooler is saying we don't need an approach, just eyeball it. That could for sure work, but because we are good pilots, we're gonna do it the proper way, or at least in a safer way, in order to make it good. And in order to make it good, we're gonna use all available tools that we have. So if we have a good VNav and a good FMS, why not use it? Yeah, definitely the Bing has some extra clouds there, but it looks a bit brighter in terms of ortho. Looks great. Okay, anyway, let's go into the approach briefing and let's do it. Synchronous flyer. Let's do a looping. I don't think it's a good idea. Stormy, if only Toliss had shared cockpit like the hot start CL650. The Toliss has shared cockpit, not like the CL650, which I believe is dedicated or integrated, but you can do shared cockpit on the Toliss with like shared flight or Smart Co-Pilot. I still have the license from the old Smart Co-Pilot 3, and it still works, and it works really, I mean, not amazingly, but relatively well, and that's good. Yeah. Time for a stall test. I don't think if I want to do that. Okay, guys. So let's do an arrival briefing so we can chill a little bit before doing the approach, because I think that would give us a little bit of time to, yeah, to breathe, to integrate all of the stuff. So, arrival briefing. Are you ready? Let's go for it. So, status of the airplane. We've got two situations here. We've got an in-up left tank wing fuel pump, and we've got a flight computer error. But that's both issues are essentially crew awareness, and we can continue the flight without any problem. The weather in Gibraltar right now, it is stated as 140, 10 knots. Did it just change? Yeah, it did just change a little bit. 140, 10 knots. Good visibility. Few clouds 055. Scattered 25,000 actually. Temperature 21 QNH 11. Dew point 11 QNH 1019. So I'll be updating that in the box in a second. But it's all looking good. No TEMS or fine anti-ice not required for the descent. I mean, I don't anticipate unless we're going to be crossing that layer of clouds and the temp will be below or above 40 degrees, minus 40 degrees static. So in that case, I'll put some engine anti-ice on, but I don't expect it to be. I'll probably using terrain radar on my side as well. Would you have a lot of? I mean, there is a large mountain in Gibraltar, everybody knows that. I think the mountain is the first thing that comes into mind when you think about Gibraltar, and the second thing is going to be the airport. So, yeah. Our top of descent calculated by me is going to be 112 miles from Ripra, but our calculated is in 126 miles, so we still have a little bit of time here, and we're anticipating things, which is good. We are arriving over a waypoint called Pimos, which is right here, and possibly if SimBrief would calculate this, I mean, probably not, but still, I don't think it should be pointing us to Lintel, but we're going to go Pimos. And speaking of that, this is the approaches page 10-2 effective from the 3rd of October of 2024. Let's actually read a couple of notes here. Transition levels by ATC, transition altitude is 6,000, so we'll do flight level 70 for us. Contact Gibraltar radar 50 nautical miles inbound. Tracks depicted on charts are only for guidance when radar not available. Oh wow, this is exactly for us. Pilots will normally be directed by radar to a 10-mile final for runway in use. In all cases, pilots will be given track guidance if they appear likely to infringe Spanish restricted airspace. Overflight of the rock and harbor installations is prohibited. MSA, considering the rock is 6,800, so quite significant one. Perhaps maybe this is not exactly for... That's interesting, it's really high. Really high. Maybe there are some more mountains in the north, which is possible. But yeah, we're gonna assume as 3,000 safe altitude as long as we don't fly into the mountain. And we maintain ourselves over the open water. So, PMOS, if we approach PMOS, as you can see, Malaga is really close. We're going to be flying at Upmop above 3,000 feet. This is the first waypoint that I introduced. And then to Unbud, so that we have an extra waypoint guided, and then Ripra, okay? From Ripra on the 359, the grey magnetic track, we'll be doing the SRA civil procedure, running 09. This is going to be page 18-1, effective at the 3rd of October 2024. NDA is covered already. Our platform altitude is 1,520, so at this altitude I would probably like to be already configured with the gear down, or at least gear down flaps 3, so that when we start the descent we'll switch over to flaps full to the landing checklist and we'll be focused. Actually, you know what? No. Before that, flaps full, gear down, landing checklist complete, so we completely focus on the approach. Because, to be honest, like, what is this? It's like 5 miles to the runway. Is really close, so I can take the 5 miles in. Alright. So, this is my radar, of course, but what I did is I coded in the GPS. So I did the point, so the base point is Ripra, bearing 359, distance, and I coded 5 + 1 6, so I coded this point here where it's mandatory to be at 1,520, and I coded the X-ray waypoint, which is where it's essentially the missed approach point. It is where we start our visual segment into the runway. Okay, so things. This is a 3-degree descent, or at least it's planned for almost a 3-degree descent. Descent angle from 5 nautical mile, radar fixed to missed approach point 2.8. Yeah, more or less fine. From there we continue onward. This is why I also added the range circles, because each range circle has a separation of 3 miles, and each 3 miles is going to be 1,000 feet of elevation, so you exactly know that at Ripper we have to be at 3,000, here we have to be at 2,000, and here I want to be at 1,000 feet, which I think all makes sense. And if we keep this, we should be able to do a continuous nice descent into the runway. Regardless, it's a visual approach at the end, so we should be all fine. Continuing the approach, a couple of notes here. Restricted airspace of Spain is right here. This is the Lima Echo restricted airspace number 164, so we want to avoid that. We actually enter it a little bit, but we don't want to go into that. This is the high terrain, at least part of it, and there might be even more high terrain into the north. I mean, just remember Malaga, if you are familiar with Malaga. There are some quite significant terrain, as you can see here. For instance, 9,000 feet is the MSA of the airport, so perhaps that MSA of the airport is kind of like due to that extra terrain that we have there. What else do we have here? Sorry. Extra notes. Visual approach chart following radar approach use 19-10. We'll check that in a second. Avoid overflight of a harbor area by 600 meters and 2,000 feet. We will avoid that. In the absence of required visual reference and radar guidance, a missed approach climb gradient of 6.7% is required to clear high terrain to the south of the runway. That is the big rock that we will not be overflying, of course. Procedure does not comply with PANSOP's criteria. So this is like the normal procedures for air navigation. Expect radar approach to point X-ray, 3 nautical mile radar fix. Radar contact cannot be guaranteed after passing point X-ray. Okay, overflight the rock prohibited. Turbulent approach, refer to visual approach chart 19-10 and wind effects 19-11. So you guys probably saw that British Airways video where it rocks the wings like crazy. That is due to the rotor created from the mountain. I hope we will not reproduce one of those today, but I mean, 10 knots of wind doesn't seem like it's going to be that much of a deal, so we'll see. I'm more worried about the crosswind than anything else. And it's not I mean, it should have been probably wind coming from like 090 to properly create rotors. The wind is now coming from this angle right here, which actually sucks because it will be just over the final segment, so it will be a hard approach. Okay, fine. Continuing with that, we jump into the visual approach chart. Point X-ray. We start a right-hand turn. There is a flashing yellow buoy, whatever that is. This is probably like a thing. We want to be aligned with that and over to the runway. So that's the same note. In the absence of required visual reference and radar guidance, a missed approach climb gradient of 28.7%. Wow, is required to clear high terrain to the south of the runway. Ah, this is for this approach. Okay, we don't need that. Just need the first waypoint and the second point. And elevation 12 feet falls to 8 within first 10. Okay, overflight of the rock is prohibited. This seems fine. Bird strike hazard. Due to location of the airfield, there is a significantly higher than normal concentration of bird activity to be expected in all stages of flight when operating between surface and 2,000 feet. ATC will inform aircraft departure or arrival if the concentration of birds exceeds the abnormal level. In addition, if seen, ATC will pass information large flocks transiting the area. Turbulence and wind shear. The unique topography of the surrounding area can give rise to severe wind effects, which often affect aircraft in the final stages of flight. Great. When the wind direction is between 110 and 250 and 250 degrees and speed is in excess of 15 knots. Okay, so we fall between the area, but not in terms of speed. Significant turbulence should be expected during the approach and its final stages of flight in the lee of the rock. The lee is the downward side of the, or the... crap. Oh, come on, dude. Alright, stop the briefing. Sec 3 fault. Are you serious? Sec 3 is right here. Let's do off. Let's wait a little bit. I hope it resets, because otherwise I'm not sure if I want to go there with a... Oh, it's cleared out! Oh my god, it cleared out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Third failure of the day. Holy cow. Alright. The bloody gremlins. Anyway, continue the briefing. So yes, southeasterly winds in excess of 25 knots can lead to the formation of water spouts in the approach to runway 27. Flying over in the proximity to these water spouts has been demonstrated to be very hazardous, with rapid loss of control, severe wind drop, and uncommanded change in attitude, altitude, and track. ATC will report water spouts seen from the tower, but aircraft captains are to be aware that this phenomenon can establish very quickly and without warning. This is very interesting, actually. Road crossing the runway. Gibraltar's runway is unique in that it's crossed at the midpoint by a 4-lane public pedestrian, e-scooter, and cycle lane. By the way, I just watched the video today, and they no longer leave cars, so you don't have cars crossing the road anymore because they made a tunnel, but you still have people cycling and e-scooting and just walking by foot. So, yeah. The road is closed to pedestrians no later than 15 nautical miles and closed to vehicles no later than 10 nautical miles. This generally affords 3 minutes for the road to be cleared. FOD inspections of the intersection are completed prior to any movement involving jet-powered aircraft. Alright. Departure minimum, visibility 1,000 meters in the runway threshold, turnaround procedure. All aircraft above max certified takeoff mass of 17,000 kilos must use turning cycles prior to backtrack. No turning allowed on the runway. Okay, I'm gonna go until the very end. And missed approach is climbed to 4,000, heading as directed by radar. So, this is what we're gonna be doing, of course. Now, diversion fuel is going to be 2.2. We're going to, of course, go with flaps full and auto brake medium. We already made our calculations here regarding the performance, and we know that we have a margin of, well, I'm going to just assume that, yeah, we kind of have to, like, on the third, if we are not on the ground on the third marker, we have to go around, okay? So that'll be it. We'll use, of course, maximum reverse, and once we land, the runway is not very long, we'll go until the very end, do the backtrack, enter via alpha. go by Alpha, don't want to go by Echo, and that's gonna be to any extent of the choice. Special considerations, of course, possibility of turbulence, non-precision approach, so careful with the terrain. Watch the descent rate, expect some turbulence on final. And if we fly past the third marker, we have to go around. So it's like threshold, first marker, second marker. On a second marker, if we're not down, it's a go around. Alright, we're not overweight, no lost comms for now. Have 2 failures, and that's it. That's the arrival brief complete. We have now a good mental picture of what we are expecting. And so that's great. Let's see, progress page. We are 132 miles. So we are 22 miles from top of descent. Top of descent here is a little bit further away. I'm going to trust it just because we're comparing a straight line with some turns, some extra turns there. So otherwise I'll just start descending early. Okay, holy cow, I hope we will not get any more surprises with the airplane today. And that's gonna be it. Stormy, imagine if you could let Chad hook up to the first officer's seat. To be fair, I would not mind doing it as long as the person doing it would be serious, because if it would just simply cut out the engines out of nothing or just starting doing crazy stuff, I don't think it's funny, to be fair. So yeah. Cooler, you'll brace just to be sure. I hope it will be fine. When I was doing the pictures today, the weather was actually really good and the wind was calm, so the wind definitely picked up. Did you enable random failures? Stormy, yes, I always fly the Airbuses with random failures in a 20 factor, because most of the times nothing happens, but then sporadically something can happen, and I don't mind it. So actually yesterday we got 3 failures, one of which was reversible, so that's good. And yeah, it makes things a little bit more spicy, I would say. Cooler, sorry, that was me. Synchrosfire, why anything broke that we have? Vlad, maybe you have to invest in maintenance. Yeah, I guess I have to send a message to easyJet. Whoever is there in Gatwick is probably not doing their job very well on this airplane. Cooler, I had to change my phone. Don't think you needed that cable. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's nothing really important there. Nothing really important. Yeah, Jesus, I'm feeling so much confident now that we are like 20 miles till top of descent. We did our arrival briefing, we have our mental picture, we briefed, I mean, we talked about everything. The airplane is ready. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. We just check the flight controls page very quickly. Yeah, everything is on the green, so it's good. And fuel. Fuel seems good. 3,000 kilos. Let's see, fuel prediction. It still shows as an extra time, even higher, 39 minutes of extra time. Seems nice. 800 kilos to go. Oh yeah, I know why I got stressed all of a sudden, because like for the past month or more, I've been flying heavy planes, and 3,000 kilos on a heavy plane is a little bit like, dude, you are on the short side. On this one, 3,000 kilos is like 1 hour plus, 1 hour and 30 minutes of cruise flight time, so... And we are on top of descent, so we're fine. Jesus Christ, I just needed to recalibrate my thinking. But yeah, we're doing good. Alright, cabin crew will start to sit down, everybody, even though they probably already are. Still some clouds, I really want to get out of here. Oh, and yeah, we needed to update the wind here. 140 at 11, temperature 21. QNH 1019, correct? Yeah, correct. I hope X-Plane will show the same. We can already check. 1409. Perfect. Just the QNH is always one unit past, so we'll see. So far the weather looks fine. I'll keep the weather radar on for now, but I'll switch over to the terrain radar as soon as we get out of the clouds. Alright, I want to set 3,000 feet already. And let's go. Manage descent. Thrust idle, descend. That was a perfect interception. And down we go. 2 hours and 8 minutes of flight time. Yeah, probably this one is going to take a little bit longer because our OFP was estimating that we would be landing on runway 9 and we're going for runway 27, so I'm glad we've got a bit of extra fuel. Well, kind of makes sense that we've got the extra fuel because our exact block fuel that we should be taking was 8,256 and we took 8,300, so that's 700 extra. And those 700 extra is probably the 39 minutes that we have, which actually played a great role because we'll be going for runway 27 and that makes us spend a little bit more time in the air. I love the orange color. It looks so good, this little airplane. I don't know, it just looks good. And these engines look perfect on it. Oh, did we got... oh, yeah, I remember now. Last time we flew the 319 was in Brazil. You guys remember that? We flew to Sao Paulo and then we went to Rio. So, yeah, we went from Rio to Sao Paulo and then back. And on the flight to Rio, we had a couple of failures. We had a radial altimeter failure. It was so bad, in fact, that we had to divert. That was funny. Whatever is happening with the 319 is definitely funny. There's Malaga, our alternate airport. Literally like within 40-ish miles. Yeah, it states a little bit longer. It states distance 134. Probably with all the thing. Alright, speed. And static, yeah, static air temperature is minus 41, so I'm glad we're getting out of the clouds, because otherwise we'd need to put some engine anti-ice on. And we can finally appreciate a little bit the views. Let's get engine anti-ice on. Sea Crash Flyer zooming through the sky on a place so high with a wink and a smile. We fly mile by mile. Is that a real music? Is that from a commercial? That sounded really nice. And into the clouds we go. Into some dark clouds we go. Alright, QNH 1019, let me already pre-select this here on the standby, so I don't forget.
Malaga traffic, Shamrock 58 Golf, fully established ILS, runway 12, Malaga traffic.
Now that I'm thinking, I didn't practice the approach into runway 27. In fact, I don't think I ever did it. So, Or maybe I did, but I don't remember. So this would be a first, or maybe a second time, because I really don't remember doing this into Gibraltar. I remember runway 9, but I don't remember runway 27. So this is gonna be... oh, correction. I remember runway 27, I don't remember runway 9. That's the correct way. So... your work? Really? My brain is in sleep mode. Dude, that's very nice for a, for a sleep mode. So that's the 25,000 clouds, broken clouds, I assume. There's Gibraltar right there. Pretty good visibility here. So happy flying the 319. And we'll be flying, I believe, not gonna say soon, but I want to say soon. Like in 2 weeks perhaps, I'm gonna fly the 320 in multi-crew into Paro, and that'll be awesome. Yeah, the mountains are pretty large. Alright, we are out of the clouds. I'm going to put terrain radar on, because I believe it will add a bit more useful information to me. So, yeah. Synchronous Flyer, if you want a real, we have to fly Jet Holiday. Nothing beats... Oh yeah, we haven't flown Jet 2 in a while as well. That could be a... that could be an interesting one as well. In fact, I do remember when I started streaming again and doing videos, Jet 2757, I think it was one of the first, if not the first video I made when I returned to YouTube on a 757 into Madeira. That was quite nice. Not a perfect approach, but turned out pretty well. There's Malaga.
Malaga traffic, Shamrock 58 Golf, 4 mile final, runway 12.
Shamrock is Aer Lingus, right? I think so. Yeah, I think Shamrock should be Aer Lingus. What's Jet 2 Holidays? Or Jet 2 call sign? I'm confused now. I think Shamrock is Aer Lingus. But Jet 2... Jesus, what's Jet 2 call sign? Got really dark, by the way. Oh, Chanex, yes, Stormy, thank you. Thank you very much. Chanex, yeah. By the way, the reason why I changed the time a little bit, I didn't really need to now that I'm thinking, but I pulled the time like 2 hours early, just because we, the last stage of the flight is visual, so I was afraid that we would be doing the approach and it would be dark, and that would be illegal probably, so yeah. Oh yeah. And there's the rock. There's the rock. The airport is right here, and we'll be entering around it like this. That's pretty cool. Very good visibility today. And some light spot right, almost right over the airport. You can see this light spot. Very nice. And Malaga just right there, very close to our destination alternate. So I feel like we're going to be having basically one attempt
Malaga traffic,
on landing.
channel 58 Golf, vacate runway 12.
Alright, let's say... This has to be 070. We'll be arriving in 20. It is now... Yeah, we'll be arriving in 15 minutes. Got really dark. Damn. The light doesn't really help, to be fair. I'm gonna do the minimal. Synchroshire, what was your first flight in X-plane ever after you flight gear? Oh, so I didn't jump from flight gear into X-plane directly. It was actually a very bumpy ride until I got into X-plane. So when I jumped from flight gear into FSX, from FSX into P3D, and from P3D, like FSX and P3D were both a pain. And then I tried X-plane 11. And that's when I hopped in. I don't remember, to be fair, but I know I flew the Zip. I mean, I don't remember, dude. It was so long ago. It's really, really long ago. But it probably was something on a 737, because it had the Zibo, of course, and it was a really good airplane. Free. At the time I was a student still in school. Dude, look at that. Gibraltar is almost getting a blessing from the Skyvex plane, and it's looking stunning. I want to take a screenshot of this. So this is the Gibraltar blessing. It is looking really cool, I have to admit. So yeah. Yeah, I did check a lot of sims. FSX was really a pain because it used to crash just out of nothing. It was good. It was, I would say, I tried VATSIM in, no wait, I don't think I ever tried VATSIM in flight gear. I know it's now possible, but at the time there was no VATSIM in flight gear, so it was just only like a custom ATC based on TeamSpeak or whatnot. Or maybe it was. Maybe I tried it. Maybe I just don't remember. It is possible, but because I remember flying something on flight gear online, and I remember speaking to ATC of some sort. So yeah. There was that. 10,000 feet, let's put the lights on. And I don't think we need the wing lights, we don't need LS push buttons. I'm gonna do cabin crew sits for landing in 10 minutes. So I remember FSX was like the first time I properly tried VATSIM. And I made the stupid mistake of any stupid beginner, which was let's fly to Heathrow in the first VATSIM flight. It was a bit of a pain, of course, because it was really hard to understand. This was before the voice improved, really. And It was really hard to understand whatever they were saying, and they were speaking very fast in a very thick British accent. So it was fun. I should not have gone into Heathrow. Got a bit roasted by the ATC at the time. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have the video somewhere on YouTube. It's probably just not public, but... Or maybe I deleted it. It was a KLM 737 from Amsterdam, I think. So that was cool. I also remember flying the 7.4. I remember flying the 7.5, maybe? 320, Aerosoft one. When I fell in love with the Airbuses, of course. The Airbus was not the first plane I flew that I remember in my life. The first memory I have from an airplane is actually a 737. KLM 737. So, yeah. Approach checklist. BRF, QNH 1019 is set on all three, reading the same. Seatbelts are on. Minimum 970 MDA set. Auto brake medium. Engine mode selector normal. Approach checklist complete. So there is that. So for playing is doing an absolutely fantastic job. Yeah, I'm really not used to getting this fuel burn. This is ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be burning through the 2,500 kilos very soon, and nope. Nope, which is amazing, of course, but yeah. We all know what we do in FSX. Yeah, I was still basically a kid at that time. But it was cool. It was good times. It was good times. And then yeah, from X-Plane kind of got a little bit more serious. Planes got a little bit more serious as well. And yeah, I flew the 737 a lot because it was free. And then when the Toliss came out, I didn't like the flight. Not that I didn't like the flight factor, but it was expensive for me at the time. And when Toliss came out, it was the 319, which I enjoyed as a plane. And it was cheaper. I got it immediately, and I started flying the 319 a lot, and it was like my go-to airplane. So I have a bunch of flight hours in sim, of course, in the A319, which is great. It really is a great airplane. Okay, so let me do something very quickly. One small thing that I now remembered. Should be 1,520 on the speed restriction, on the altitude restriction there. Oh, and I managed to put 1,520. Good. Fantastic. This is actually brilliant. Okay, let me adjust my seat already, make sure that my joystick is nice and comfy for me. Yeah, light is definitely getting darker. Still getting blessed the city of Gibraltar. Getting a little bit more light here. Gonna start slowing down soon. Let me do the following. Let me do vertical speed for a second, and I'll do like minus 500. Start decreasing. Let's activate the approach phase this way. I'm gonna slow down much smoother. And then I'll do manage descent again. Speed 180. VFE minus 10, flaps 1. Status, that's checked, clear status. And I'll do manage, it should level. Let's do 1,500 there on the altitude. Tiny bit of speed brake. Manage speed. Let's go flaps 2. Just idle descent. Why did it add power though? Oh, I see. I see why. Alright, there we go. Just idle. Let's go flaps 3. Just keep 160 for a little bit longer. Next will be gear down. Yeah, the rock is massive. Alright, the wind direction is more or less where it should be, which is good. Right, manage speed. Let's go gear down. Speed brake armed. Lights on. And flaps full.
2,500.
That's checked. I could now put the altitude to like 900 to be fair, and it would go until the MDA. So I will put until 1,000. Let's do a landing checklist once we pass 2,000. 127. I want to do 128. Or you know what? Wait, let's clear this.
2,000.
That's checked. Yeah, 128 is fine. Alright, landing checklist. Go around altitude will be set in a moment. Cabin crew is advised to keep memo landing no blue. Landing checklist is complete. Okay, let's go autopilot off. I'll go flight directors off first. 4,000 feet set. Just keep the speed. We still have the guidance, so we're doing good. Gibraltar traffic, EZ37 November uniform is on final running on 09 Gibraltar. And now I just have to fly accordingly. Could have still be going with the autopilot, but why not? Alright, that's the 3 miles marker. We are a little bit high. Should maintain a vertical speed of about -600 to -700. Alright, where's the runway? Oh, I see the flashing things. I see the runway now. Runway's in sight.
100 above.
And that's
1,000.
checked. Runway's in sight. Continue.
Minimum.
Check. Alright, now the wind will be pushing us away. Don't want to drop the nose too hard. I see 3 whites, 1 red, so we're good. Keep the descent. -800. There's 2 whites, 2 reds. Tighten the turn. Don't want to overshoot it. I'll probably overshoot it a little bit anyway. Alright, compensate for the wind.
500.
Nice and clear on final. Oh, beautiful. Speed is good. Nice on profile.
400.
9 knots. We're expecting a little bit of turbulence here on final.
$300. 200.
Not going to be as with the crosswind. A bit
100.
low correcting. Not too much. There was a wind change.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 10,
Rudder.
5.
Touchdown. Spoilers, reverse green. Decel. Manual braking.
Auto brake on.
70 knots. Reverses out. That was very nice. I'm very happy how that turned out. Stop the chrono. Start the other chrono. Go until the end. To backtrack. Nice and easy on the brakes. We don't want to overheat them now. That was a nice crosswind correction. I'm really happy. Let's put up the APU on. Ooh, that was intense. I'm happy how that turned out. Yeah, see, there's me overshooting the runway because I think this is a 777. Oh my god. Alright, we'll leave the strobes for now. Speed brakes disarmed. Weather air off, flaps up. We'll leave the transponder on until we exit the runway. I'll put the brake fan on anyway, but it looks like we didn't even overheat the brakes, which is fantastic. It's the blessing of the sun. Literally a hole over the airport. That was pretty good. That was firm, but good. I mean, it didn't even feel that firm. Stormy, my first flight on VATSIM, I filed Speedbird as BA instead of BAW. I was so confused why they keep calling me Bravo Alpha. Oh, we all did our mistakes there. Alright, clear on the right there. Going to the gate. And that was a bit better on the taxiing side. Strobes off, that goes off, that goes off. Transponder off. There's a marshaller. Ah, that was a smooth stop. Parking brake is set. APU is running. We have 3 minutes on the engines. Fuel pumps off. And beacon light below 5% N1. Beacon light off. Woohoo! Very, very nice. Let's go transponder to standby 2000. And stop this one, reset. 2 hours and 32 minutes of flight time. We still had 340 kilos of fuel available. Beautiful. So let me just take note of this. 2 hours and 32. Block time 2 hours and 48. And we've got 340 kilos extra. Let's do a parking checklist. Parking breaker chocks is set. Speaking of chocks, I might have set the chocks already. Why not? External power chocks on. Let's do some stairs. Engines are off, wing lights are off, fuel pumps are off. Parking checklist is complete. The door is still unlocked. So, amazing. Very, very good. Syncrash Flyer, did you ever fly on a Tupolev in real life? No, I didn't. Stormy, good luck. Thank you very much. I guess your good luck helped me out. I guess it did. Wow, would you look at this? The sky completely changed. I guess we have to redo our screenshot for the live stream because it just is completely different now. Damn. Let's enter walk around mode. Damn, and Porto is Portuguese city there. Where's the runway? Heard from the cockpit at 200 feet. Alright, cooler. Not on this case. Not in this case. Beautiful. Very nice. Perfect. Guys, thank you very much. Nathan, great approach and landing. You show off. Thank you very much. Alright guys, I think this one deserves a replay. So how about we watch the replay and we'll end up there. I wouldn't mind. Let's watch the replay. Let's watch the replay. What would be the best spotting place for this approach right here? I think somewhere from the dock. Somewhere from the dock there might be a good place. Oh my god, we can even stay here. This is perfect. I think we should be able to see pretty well from here. Wait, let me check. Yeah, I think this one should work. So let me reposition myself again. There. Or wait, is that a factory? Oh, maybe that's not available for the public. No, there are some houses there, so it should be fine. So let's stop here and let's watch. Man, the light seems epic. I'll be taking screenshots. I will be taking screenshots. This looks real. Yeah, it looks very good. In fact, this is not default scenery for once. Yeah, firm, but it was in the spot. Okay, we're gonna get a bit closer. Somewhere. I know. Let's hop into this container. We'll be on this container for fun. Why not? Ah, no, that was pretty good actually. That wasn't too bad. That looked worse from that side. Wait, let's go from a boat. Let's stop here. We're gonna be on a yacht here. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. Freaking awesome. The boat could have been a great perspective. Called it lol. Yeah, well, I guess tell just in time. Oh, that was great. No, that was actually great. With the rudder kick at the very end. That was actually great. I want to take a picture of this. Just like here. No, maybe not. Wait, I just want to see my crosswind correction from this angle. Because I was really afraid of touching the pedals, of overdoing it. Because I kind of was pressing them, they were doing no effect, and then I pressed it a little bit further, still no effect, and then I did more, and it was good. I hate in Toliss the tendency to have the tiny bounce after touchdown. I think it really depends on the speed. No bounce here. That was good. That was nice. Nice correction. I kept the center line. Oh wow, this looks good with the orange. Dude, the light here is just perfect. Oh my god, I have to take a screenshot with this. I'm sorry guys. I apologize, but I want to redo the thumbnail of the live stream here. It just looks great with this lighting. I don't know, maybe I will keep it later, but I don't know. It just looks great. It just looks really great here. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, that was very, very cool. Or maybe I do one from the parking position. We'll see. Anyways, guys, you know what? I'll leave you with the wing view landing. Do you guys want this wing view, or you guys wanted this wing view? Wing view left to right, or engine view left to right? You guys pick it up. I really love... I think this one is going to be the best, to be fair. With the turn, you can see more of the place. But with this one, you can see the rocks, so a bit not too much, to be fair. Let's do this side right here. I'll do the approach. I'll leave the approach from this side. No, let it be from this side. Guys, thank you very much. I'll leave the replay from here into Gibraltar. It's been a great flight. Cooler, thank you very much for this suggestion. And thank you guys for your support on this one. LPCB Plane Spotting, you just came in. Boa tarde, um bocadinho tarde, mas já, bom ver-te aqui. Um grande abraço. So, yeah, I would probably leave it this way. Nathan, start board view. Is that left to right? I'm terribly sorry. Left to right, engine view or wing view. So yeah, Syncrash Flyer, let's sit next to the Gopnik and watch the landing. You know what? I just thought you were mentioning the Yak 18. There was somebody who made a paint livery for the Yak 18, and the registration is Golf/Nick, so it almost like reads as Gopnik. I left to, no, it's like Papa November India Kilo, so it's perfect. It's just missing the Oscar in the middle, so it is great. Nathan, you were saying left, so let's wait until this turn, and I'll jump towards the left wing view, and I'll leave it, guys, with the replay. So yeah, there's our little speed brake action to slow down. And yeah, guys, thank you very much. It's been great fun. We will see you Sunday. I'll be streaming again Sunday. I think I have a very nice place where we will be going. So yeah, stick around. We'll see you there. Goodbye. Thank you for the support. You guys are amazing. Have a great weekend. See you Sunday.